Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. So people have been telling me I need to get my butt over to Goodwill and do some more Goodwill hunting. Because apparently, there's something really good on here. Let's see if we can find it. This is kind of a strange thing, a Lucite Les Paul. You know, there's a certain quirky charm to see-through instruments made of plastic. Can't say this one's my favorite looking, though. I always enjoy the back view. I would say this actually looks better than the front. That just looks terrible. That can't be what people want me to find. Junk, junk, junk. LR Bags Godane Acoustics. Now this, it looks like a Cyclops. Like it just legitimately has one eye and it's like a cat eye, but the opposite way. And then this kind of looks like a smiley face. That's a friendly looking guitar. Is it actually like large and acoustic? I mean, those are two very big brand names mashed together. This thing has to be semi-what okay. Get gain controls, treble, mid, and bass. All right, that's seeming pretty good. Okay. It looks like, is it just a chambered out mahogany body, but yet they still have a spruce top to make it look like an acoustic? That's bizarre. I kind of like it. I'm curious to see how this thing would sound. I'm sure you guys are too, so let's hear a small sound sample from Mark Stewart Guitarist YouTube channel. It doesn't sound half too bad. I wonder how much those things are worth. $1,200? Like, this would be something I would accidentally donate. I would have never guessed they were worth this much, but I'm not seeing one that has the Cyclops pickup. Everything else is just kind of missing. So that, was it added? But for me, the Cyclops pickup's what makes it. Cool. Don't think that's necessarily what we're looking for, but that seems to be an okay price, depending on if they routed the body out for that pickup and if it's actually original or not. Keith Urban guitars. Ah, man, this one looks just as bad as the Lucite one. I'm not sure if they sell these things in other places, but I remember, I think it was like around 2015, maybe a year or two before that, my parents, they were just happened to watch a QVC thing and we all got hooked on them. We bought like 3 or 4 of their acoustic guitars. I think I actually sold them on Reverb and actually got more than what I paid because they looked fantastic. They don't sound that good, but they look great. But you can check out my old videos on those guys. Ooh. Epiphone electric guitar. That might not sound all that exciting, but that thing looks semi-what aged, but not true vintage. Well, maybe I'm wrong. That's like a 70s case. Is this a real Epiphone? Real Epiphone meaning true vintage. Nope. This is, I would guess by the Japan, I think that makes it 80s. I don't really deal too much with these instruments. Oh, wow, that's even the original case. That's kind of cool. I think what they call this, the Wilshire. They just recently reissued something very similar to this. I don't know if I'll get them or not, but here is a 70s version that doesn't quite look 100% the same. This one appears to have been modified. All right, this is looking a little bit better. We at least get the headstock bind. Oh, that one has like a neck through design on it. But that's looking very similar to what we got over here. Was this one black? Yeah, so prices seem to be all over the place. I don't think that's what we're looking for either. But kind of a cool find anyways. What is this unbranded electric guitar? Can we solve the mystery on this? Looks like just a cheapy beginner guitar. Nobody wants that. That's a headstock. What? Oh my gosh. So there's so much going on here. First off, your low E string it's become a harp guitar at that point because the nut's broken off. Then count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did it break off? Was there supposed to be a 6 tuner right here? Maybe. That looks like it's been broken and then somebody might have just reinstalled it right there and then put some sort of a string tree. I kind of dig the inventiveness. Somebody is like, I still need this guitar. How can I make it work? That's going to need a lot of work. And it's a bolt-on neck. Made in Korea G3B. Honestly, I'm not even interested enough. Batman electric guitar. You can't just scroll past Batman. Can't say that's my favorite Batman guitar I've ever seen. Ooh, That almost looks like the old Kalamazoo style headstock, that Kalamazoo brand. However, I don't think that's what that's supposed to be, and that's definitely an aftermarket job. Nice little wall hanger, I guess. Oh, that's surprising. It's actually official? I thought for sure that was some sort of a mod job. That looks terrible. Yeah, that probably cost them like, what, 20, 30 bucks to buy, and then they gave these away as like a prize. That neck angle. That's bad. That's really bad. That looks like it's got some sort of a flood damage to it. Definitely. Ooh, it looks like we have some sort of a Fender Stratocaster. Or I guess it says Starcaster. It faked me out. But I thought the photo showed a Stratocaster. What? The Starcaster's something different, but apparently they just put this on this really low budget model guitar. Designed and backed by Fender, crafted in Indonesia. Interesting. Ooh, Rock Band. That must be the story on those. They must have came in like the Rock Band kits. In fact, that case might actually be worth more than the guitar itself. Oh, sweet. A pink Mini V. Why are there so many miniature guitars here? Is Goodwill where mini guitars go to die? You know, these Mini Vs, they're actually fairly popular on the used market. And I think it's because they look the best in mini format. As Les Pauls, they look a little bit doofy. The Explorers are kind of cool, but they kind of misshape them. But the Vs, I think those are nice. And who wouldn't want a hot pink tiny guitar? How much do they want? That's not a bad price. These can bring about 125 to the very, very right buyer, even if it is the Maestro brand. And with only 8 hours to go, you might be able to get a deal on that one. Doesn't really matter if the electronics and stuff work, it's garbage anyways, you'll want to upgrade it. Ah, there it is! There it is! The Gibson Les Paul Custom Silver Brust guitar. We're not talking about Silverburst today, we're talking about Silver Brust. There's one at Goodwill, we need to talk about this. And people have already bid it up to $5,501. Once again, just so they can share the tale, I found my Gibson Les Paul Custom at Goodwill. It's a great story, and it's awesome if you're a YouTuber and you can capitalize off of that story. For everyone else, it's just bragging rights to all your buddies. Everybody loves the underdog story. You just don't have to tell them how much you paid. So first off, we get a modern day lift and reissue case. So that tells us it's not a vintage one unless the case has been replaced. Looks like maybe the 5-latch style with the Gibson badge right here. And then bam! That's looking pretty good from this angle. Even has the certificate of authenticity as well as the pre-packed checklist and case key. Les Paul Custom CS 501457. So we can read this because it's got 6 digits, so that tells us it's within the 2010s, and the leading 5 tells us it's a 2015 model. So we're still within the Richlight era. So it's not the most desirable Silverburst custom to ever be built, but, you know, Silverburst, once again, it's a hot finish right now. It appears to be in really clean shape. What would I expect a guitar like this to bring on reverb today? About 35 to 4250. Maybe 5,000 if you got really lucky. And even that's pushing it. So why on earth has it been bid up to 55? And how long do we got left on this? 8 hours. It'll probably go up to $7,000 because somebody just wants it. They want it for the story. They think they're getting a great deal. But truth be told, I'm pretty darn sure you can custom order a brand new one with an ebony fretboard for around $6,500. It's not the Adam Jones signature version. This is just a regular Les Paul Custom with a special finish. I mean, let's see what is actually on the market right now. So this is a brand new one for $8,000, but remember it's a 68 reissue, so those are a little bit more prestigious than just a regular custom shop custom. A vintage one for $8,500. Yeah, there's a 2012. That'll have the Richlight board too. Mint condition, less than what somebody's bid on the other one. First reissue run 2003. It's got the black back to it. Yeah, here's a 2014, also Richlight board, $5,500. And you gotta remember, these are just asking prices for the most part. If you message these guys, I bet they'll be able to haggle down. But I guess if somebody's willing to pay market price, and between the ones that I'm seeing, I would rather buy from the Goodwill than the individual seller. Once again, just for the fun story. So, they definitely did really well with this donation. That is a crazy price for someone to pay for a modern day one. But I would love to know the story of how this got donated, because who donates a Silverburst Les Paul Custom unless they needed a pretty good tax write-off? But that is the guitar that everybody's been sending me links to. I'm surprised. You know, even the Goodwill executives have reached out to me and they're like, we don't falsely inflate these auctions or anything. That's just what people pay. It even surprises us sometimes how much people bid. And you know, it's great. Goodwill has a good thing going for it. I'm not hating them, I'm just commenting on the subject. Let's continue on here though. It's fun to hunt guitars on Goodwill. You never know. You literally never know what you will find on this place. Crappy Squire, but it's got a cool finish. Don't want to talk about that, that's boring. I think I meant to click on this one, Hondo 2. Hondo guitars. Not the best, but they're kind of fun depending on the model. Like we had that super pointy one. But this just appears to be a kind of a The Paul ripoff, honestly. It's got the same controls as that one with the toggle switch down here and the 4 pots, 2 pickups, no pickguard type thing going on. Except for this is a bolt-on neck. But it does have a case, nice. I wish they would have opened the case so we could see if it's actually halfway decent or just a really crappy chipboard. 150 bucks. Yeah, I guess you'd be okay at that price. We got some more tiny pink guitars. I'd be really interested to see what one of those Hello Kitty guitars could bring at a Goodwill auction. Sakova green? Yeah, I've seen these. You find these in pawn shops all the time. Maybe not this exact one. Man, the neck looks so strange on all these today. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to seeing the shadow below them. Ooh, that one's got some damage. Maybe that's not just a funny looking photo. Oh, wow, it even has binding? That's impressive. I kind of like it. It would make a good wall hanger. It's got some good colors and some good artistic designs. So that's halfway decent. Kramer Focus. It's like their version of a Flying V. Super pointy Randy Rhoads style. Some sort of a Floyd Rose. Looks like, is that EMG Select pickups? Ooh, a little bit of a chip off of that. It's kind of a cool guitar. Not necessarily my style, though. But people are bidding on it, so it must be pretty good. Oh, Paper Jams. Kind of a funny story. When I was like, I would say 15 or 16, I got really excited before I knew what these things were because I saw somebody had 3 of these on Facebook Marketplace, all listed together. They wanted $15, and I was messaging these people like, when can I pick these up? I need these. Can I get it right now? And then I slowly realized these are not actually real guitars. They're meant to, they're like a kid's toy. They're completely flat. I just thought they were strange because they've got pickups in really weird locations. But it looks like we got some sort of a built-in speaker here. But they're not real guitars, that's for sure. Sometimes you gotta learn lessons the hard way, but man, do you never forget them or what. Here's a Dan Electro Metal Flake. This is a nice looking guitar for a Dan Electro. 3 lipstick style pickups. Looks like some sort of a rotary knob. That's interesting. One of the worst looking headstocks I think I've ever seen. It reminds me of the Fender Arrow. That's like the exact same thing. So even though these poor guys were trying not to get sued, Fender's still going to sue them for taking the Arrow headstock. What is this? I hate it. But yet I can appreciate it. So they've got like the Stratocaster shape right here, right? But then they took the Ibanez like style horn but rounded it off. But then this is kind of Stratocaster, but for some reason reminds me of like a Norland era Les Paul cutaway. And the pickups are all straight. Okay. Your toggle switch is below your controls. I like the purple color. And then they've got a 3 on a side headstock. It's Randy Jackson, the Faith Collection. It's like they couldn't decide who they wanted to rip off, so they ripped off all the brands and just did it terribly. As far as Tiscos go, this one, it's Not that nice looking, but it's kind of goofy at the same time. I like the look of that humbucker. It's got a certain aesthetic to it. But this unbranded hollow body electric guitar. Now, for some sort of a weird copy, this actually looks like a gem in the rough. Kind of. It's looking a little bit more modern day now that I'm seeing the bridge design. The F-holes are just a little bit placed too in the center of the guitar for my tastes. Kind of a strange pickguard going on. Reminds me of that optical illusion, the old lady or the young woman. But yet it appears to be a set neck. Maybe not the best guitar in the world, but if you can pick it up for not much more than that, I think that would probably be actually a halfway decent thing. It's much better than what we have been seeing back here. Ooh. It's like they were trying to rip off Antigua, but they just made it a light silver burst. You know, I think this is the first rip-off Antigua I have ever seen. I kind of like it. You got all the neck pocket cracks you could ever want. Maple fretboard. They got the whole black pickguard thing. It looks like we're missing a single knob there. I like this. You know, if you don't want to pay the crazy money for vintage Antiguas or buy any of the reissues, this might get you kind of close for the money, depending on how many bids it gets. But, I mean, it's still got like 7 days. All right, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed Goodwill hunting with me for some electric guitars. There's one really good thing if you want to overpay for it for the story, but other than that, not too much today. Thank you, Troglodytes, for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.